Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading, and today is June 3rd, 2025, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, we're watching the markets really tapering off. Yes, we're in June trading, and it seems like it's in full swing. Lower volume, less changes in the market, and it's almost across the board. But first, looking at today's major economic events. So we have at 4 p.m. South African time from the United States, a JOLTS job opening number coming out. Now looking at the market, starting out with the Forex symbols, major pairs really tapering and just unchanged from day to day. Looking at the indices, same story, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ. However, looking at commodities, natural gas does get a nice bounce. And looking at the stocks, Meta and Netflix still showing very strong momentum on the upside and holding their gains. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin unchanged. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. First with the Euro USD. Just to highlight this, we are at resistance-ish area. Now we did get a little bit move up to the upside over the last couple of days with the Euro, but nothing really major, okay? Nothing that's screaming out. However, we look like we're capitulating at this area, which is a resistance-ish area. So we may see a retracement here from 114.54-ish level down to, somewhere around 113.40-ish level where we were the other day. Now we do have an upside down head and shoulders, okay? So if we can see that, here's the head, and this is one shoulder, and this is your second shoulder. And generally speaking, this is a bearish kind of formation, so keep that in mind. Now looking at the GBP USD, not as strong as the Euro, and it is on supportish area. So something to keep in mind later today. And the Japanese yen also on supportish area, showing some strength there as it's gotten stronger versus the US dollar. Now jumping into commodities, let's go to natural gas. Getting a little bit of a bounce here. Not too bad for an intraday move, okay? 324 up to 343, 20-cent move is a pretty good move for intraday, but we do and will expect further choppy kind of environment. We're going to see ourselves still trading in a tight range. Now looking at the US markets, not doing much, okay? The Dow Jones, kind of climbing itself from a 100-point deficit the other day, which is really very minuscule, and the NASDAQ also climbing itself from a very slight deficit yesterday. However, nothing, to jump out. However, two stocks are jumping out. Number one is Meta, because it's still showing some strength here. We're still calling it Facebook here on the platform, okay? And it is pushing higher at 671. Now this may shift the market, okay? And that's something to consider if we look at that. And so is Netflix on its dead highs, 12.15, and showing strength on its upper momentum. Now the other stocks are really mixed, okay? Tesla kind of retraced last week. You could see that, and continue to retrace down to 342. We may see a nice bounce there. And if we look at Amazon at 206, now that Elon Musk is out of the White House, he could focus on Tesla. Maybe he could revive it a little bit moving forward, kind of come up with new cars and new ideas, and kind of restyle their automobile company. And lastly, looking at Bitcoin, we're unchanged here at 105, very stable and holding itself and holding its gains, as that is making a comeback as well. So altogether, the markets are in a cycle. This is summer trading, so you want to manage expectation. It doesn't mean that there's no action, just means that you have to be much more focused and a little bit more selective in your trades, and that's how to win it in this type of environment. This is Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.